Hello again, it's Noob, and here we have a Squire SS50, and it's not stainless steel, it's solid steel. I imagine it's hardened, but it's got a sort of chrome plating on there. Yeah, not bad, and it is a bit cranky. I think it's just old and a bit gummed up. I've not gutted it yet, but I've had to give it a lot of lube to free it up, and the shackle is a little bit, yeah, a little bit rough. It's probably seen some things, this lock, but it's kind of a nice looking thing, isn't it? So let's throw some advice, pick it, and see if we can't do some kind of gutting. And I have to say, it looks like that this probably has some kind of shroud around it at some point. I don't think that this was its final look, because these little divots here normally are something to clip into. But nevertheless, kind of a handsome thing, isn't it? Now, the lock's at an angle because the keyway's at a really big angle in the lock. This is actually, if you look where I put the key in, if I get the key in, there you go, almost vertical, the key. But the lock is set to about 15 degrees. So, yeah, it looks a bit odd on camera, but there is method behind the madness. Let me just maybe back the zoom off a little bit there. So, let's have a look at that key. It is 6 pins. Some really, you see the little bit of grease on there, can't you? Look at that. You got some sort of medium cuts at the front, then a very low cut, maximum adjacent cut between pins 3 and 4, and then another very short key pin position 5, and then a medium cut in pin 6. So to pick this, what have I chosen? I think I've got, yes, a deep monkey paw in, feels like 25 thousandths, and a top of the keyway turner 1.3 millimeters, and that should go in past the sort of there's a, don't really see in here, there's actually a spinner plate at the front, I think, or at least think it is. Either way, I'm going to use whatever that is to tension off. Then I'm going to go in right to the back. You see how deep that pick is, because you've got a very big anti-pull plate, anti-draw plate at the front. And see where we get to. So nothing on 6 or 5. 4's binding, little click. Nothing on 3. Pin 2 here, little click. And nothing on 1. So back to the back. Still nothing on 6, but 5 there. Nothing on 4. Nothing on 3. 2, 1, back to the back, still nothing on 6, 5, 4 again maybe, nothing on 3, sorry, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's pin 6, 5. That's pin 4 there. Nothing on 3. Pin 2 gave me a little click there. Nothing on 1. Back to the back again. Feels like pin. Yep. 6 is binding, and we are open. There we go. So that felt like all standard pins inside there. Let's see if I can pull that shackle. Why does it stick? I don't know. But let's have a go gutting this quickly, if I can. Maybe we'll see why it's a bit cranky. Or not, it could just be age and wear, couldn't it? Wow. That's a heck of a thing going on inside there. Look at that. So there's the spinner plate there. That's like an anti-drill feature, as far as I know. This is the anti-drill, anti-pull front plate. Very big. And then there is the plug. Let's see if we can get that out. Yep, there we go. Wow, I've definitely coated this in grease, haven't I? And then that's quite a big screw. And that's the shackle. And then you've got some ball bearings in there, as you would imagine. So all those bits to one side and see how we can get at this. I've got the key, so I'm just going to lock this back up. Wow, there's a little anti-drill ball bearing there as well at the front. Lots of grime on here, so let's lock that back up. There we go. and see how we might gut this. Honestly, I'm not sure. This looks like it's got a plastic sheath. Oh, yeah, that pulls off. All right, and then, well, maybe, yeah, there's loads of grime in there. Before I put this back together, I'm going to get some tissue paper, which of course I don't have on me, and take this apart. So let's see if I can just... Did you just see that? I pinged the circlip off using my circlip remover tool, and it bounced off me and back into where I was going to put it anyway. That never happens. So that's kind of cool. And then we do need a shim. Gross. Hardcore when it comes to gutting old locks. It feels sandy as well. It feels like it's got some real dirt in there. That's a bit tight. Oh, but we'll get that in. See, we can't just push this plug out gently, which we got. And then, yeah, I'll give it a little clean before I put it back together. So that's actually the wrong 2 pins, but we'll ignore that. That's pin 1 to 6. That's pretty cool. It does look like the top's been just flattened off, which can increase the lock's longevity, but also does make it slightly easier to pick. And then it sort of creates a gap between the key pins and the driver pins a little bit there. So let's see what we've got. I think there's a spool pin in here somewhere, but it could all be standards. It felt like standards. Nothing exciting just yet. Ah, there's the little spool. I knew I felt one earlier when I was picking it. Just one though? Anything else? Yeah, that's it. Not even an anti-bump pin in this by the looks of things. So what do we have here? Yep, all standard driver pins it seems. Sorry, key pins. Why am I saying driver pins? All standard key pins. Then driver pins in pin position 1, 2, 3 standard. Tiny little spool in position 4, little, and then 2 more standard pins in pin positions 5 and 6. So not maybe the high security lock, made more difficult actually by how sort of gritty and greasy it is. Look at the kind of like, where's the camera? Yeah, the grime here. That's definitely got some dirt or sand in it. Anyway, so that's a little Squire SS50. Hope you enjoyed that pick. It's certainly a fun little lock to own, that's for sure. If you did like the video, then please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, now's a great time to do so for more content like this. And you can always smash that notification bell to next be notified when I upload content. If you have any comments about this lock, leave them below. I do read them all and reply as many as I can. Otherwise, stay safe, happy picking, and I'll see you all next time.